To the best of our knowledge, there are currently no state laws in Vermont that specifically prohibit the installation of cabinet lighting. However, it's always advisable to consult with a local electrician or building inspector to ensure compliance with local building codes and electrical regulations. Cabinet lighting must be installed in accordance with the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and any applicable local building codes. Installing new electrical circuits or fixtures may require a permit. Consult with your local building department for specific requirements. Electrical wires must be rated for the current and voltage requirements of the lighting fixture. Ensure that the electrical circuit serving the cabinet lighting is not overloaded. The electrical connections must be secure and well insulated to prevent fire hazards. Cabinet lighting can generate heat, so it's important to ensure that the fixtures are installed in a way that does not pose a risk of overheating or fire. Some types of cabinet lighting, such as halogen lights, produce significant heat and may require additional fire safety measures. If the cabinet lighting will be installed in a wet or humid area, it's important to select fixtures that are rated for moisture resistance. To ensure the safety and legality of cabinet lighting installation, it's recommended that you firstly consult with a qualified electrician for proper installation. Secondly, follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper fixture mounting and wiring. Thirdly, install fixtures in well-ventilated areas to prevent overheating. Fourthly, select fixtures with appropriate safety features, such as thermal overload protection. And fifthly, keep the area around the fixtures clean and free of flammable materials. Let's delve into each of these aspects in greater detail. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards that govern the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment in the United States. It is updated every 3 years, and it's essential to adhere to the latest edition. The NEC covers a wide range of topics related to electrical safety, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. Article 410.117 of the NEC specifically addresses the installation of lighting in closed closets and storage spaces, which can be relevant to cabinet lighting in some applications. This section outlines requirements for the type of luminaires allowed, their location, and the need for proper clearance from storage areas. Article 550 covers mobile homes, manufactured homes, and mobile home parks. While not directly related to typical cabinet lighting, it provides guidelines for electrical installations in confined spaces, which can offer insights into safe practices. It is important to consult with your local building department to determine whether electrical permits are required for cabinet lighting installations. Permit requirements vary depending on the scope of the work and the local regulations. In general, permits are required for any new electrical circuits or modifications to existing circuits. The permit process typically involves submitting plans and specifications to the building department for review, followed by an inspection of the completed work to ensure compliance with the NEC and local codes. Electrical wires must be properly sized for the current and voltage requirements of the lighting fixture. The size of the wire is determined by its ampacity, which is the maximum amount of current it can safely carry. The NEC provides tables that specify the ampacity of different wire sizes based on the type of insulation and the ambient temperature. It is important to use the correct wire size to prevent overheating and fire hazards. For example, a 14 American wire gauge or AUG copper wire with type THHN insulation has an ampacity of 15 amps at an ambient temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. A 12 AWG copper wire with the same insulation has an ampacity of 20 amps. The voltage drop in a circuit is the decrease in voltage from the source to the load. Excessive voltage drop can cause lights to dim and appliances to malfunction. The NEC recommends limiting the voltage drop in branch circuits to 3% and the total voltage drop to 5%. The voltage drop can be calculated using Ohm's law, which states that voltage drop equals current times resistance. It is important to ensure that the electrical circuit serving the cabinet lighting is not overloaded. An overloaded circuit can cause the circuit breaker to trip or the fuse to blow. The NEC specifies the maximum load that can be connected to a circuit based on the size of the circuit breaker or fuse. For example, A 15 amp circuit breaker can typically serve a maximum load of 12 amps, while a 20 amp circuit breaker can serve a maximum load of 16 amps. Electrical connections must be secure and well insulated to prevent fire hazards. Loose connections can cause arcing, which is a dangerous electrical discharge that can ignite flammable materials. All electrical connections should be made inside approved electrical boxes and secured with wire connectors. Wire connectors should be properly sized for the wires being connected and should be listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or all. Cabinet lighting can generate heat, so it's important to ensure that the fixtures are installed in a way that does not pose a risk of overheating or fire. The amount of heat generated by a lighting fixture depends on the type of lamp used and the wattage of the fixture. Incandescent lamps generate more heat than LED lamps. When installing cabinet lighting, it's important to maintain adequate clearance between the fixture and any combustible materials such as wood cabinets or paper products. The NEC specifies minimum clearance requirements for different types of lighting fixtures. Some types of cabinet lighting, such as halogen lights, produce significant heat and may require additional fire safety measures. Halogen lamps operate at high temperatures and can easily ignite flammable materials. When installing halogen cabinet lighting, it's important to use fixtures that are specifically designed for this type of lamp and to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. It may also be necessary to install a thermal barrier between the fixture and any combustible materials. If the cabinet lighting will be installed in a wet or humid area, it's important to select fixtures that are rated for moisture resistance. Damp locations, such as bathrooms and kitchens, require fixtures that are marked with a damp location rating. Wet locations, such as showers and outdoor areas, require fixtures that are marked with a wet location rating. Moisture-resistant fixtures are designed to prevent water from entering the fixture and causing electrical shock or corrosion. It's recommended to consult with a qualified electrician for proper cabinet lighting installation. A qualified electrician has the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant. The electrician can also help you select the appropriate fixtures and wiring for your specific application. It is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper fixture mounting and wiring. The manufacturer's instructions provide detailed information on how to install the fixture safely and correctly. Failure to follow the manufacturer's instructions can void the warranty and create a safety hazard. Install fixtures in well-ventilated areas to prevent overheating. Adequate ventilation helps to dissipate heat and prevent the fixture from overheating. Overheating can damage the fixture and create a fire hazard. Select fixtures with appropriate safety features such as thermal overload protection. Thermal overload protection is a safety feature that automatically shuts off the fixture if it overheats. This can help to prevent fires and protect the fixture from damage. Keep the area around the fixtures clean and free of flammable materials. Flammable materials, such as paper products and cleaning supplies, can easily ignite if they come into contact with a hot lighting fixture. It is important to keep the area around the fixtures clean and free of these materials to prevent fires. In addition to the NEC and local codes, there may be other regulations that apply to cabinet lighting installations. For example, the Energy Policy Act of 1992 sets energy efficiency standards for lighting fixtures. These standards require that certain types of lighting fixtures meet minimum energy efficiency requirements. There may also be state and local regulations that address energy efficiency. It's also crucial to consider the specific requirements of the cabinet itself. The material and construction of the cabinet can impact the type of lighting that is suitable. For instance, cabinets made of solid wood may be more resistant to heat than those made of particleboard or laminate. The size and shape of the cabinet will also influence the placement and type of lighting. Small, enclosed cabinets may require low wattage, low heat fixtures to prevent overheating. The intended use of the cabinet is another important factor to consider. If the cabinet is used to store food or other perishable items, it may be necessary to use lighting that does not emit excessive heat or ultraviolet radiation. If the cabinet is used for display purposes, the lighting should be chosen to highlight the contents effectively. Different types of light sources have different characteristics that make them suitable for different applications. Incandescent lamps are the oldest type of electric light source. They produce light by heating a filament until it glows. Incandescent lamps are relatively inexpensive, but they are also inefficient and have a short lifespan. Halogen lamps are a type of incandescent lamp that uses a halogen gas to increase their efficiency and lifespan. Halogen lamps produce a bright, white light that is similar to natural daylight. However, they also generate a significant amount of heat. Fluorescent lamps are more efficient than incandescent lamps. They produce light by passing an electric current through a gas-filled tube. Fluorescent lamps are available in a variety of colors and sizes. Light-emitting diodes, or LEDs, are the most energy-efficient type of light source. They produce light by passing an electric current through a semiconductor material. LED are long-lasting and produce very little heat. They are available in a wide range of colors and brightness levels. When choosing cabinet lighting, it's important to consider the color temperature of the light. Color temperature is a measure of the warmth or coolness of the light. It is measured in Kelvin or K. Warm light has a color temperature of around 2700 to 3000 K and is similar to the light produced by an incandescent lamp. Cool light has a color temperature of around 4000 to 5000 K and is similar to natural daylight. The choice of color temperature depends on the desired effect. Warm light is often used to create a cozy and inviting atmosphere, while cool light is often used to create a more modern and energetic atmosphere. The brightness of the light is also an important factor to consider. The brightness of a light is measured in lumens. The number of lumens required depends on the size of the cabinet and the intended use. For general lighting, a good rule of thumb is to use 300 to 500 lumens per square foot. For task lighting, such as lighting for a work surface, it may be necessary to use more lumens. The placement of the lighting is also important. The lighting should be positioned to provide even illumination without creating glare or shadows. In general, it is best to position the lighting at the front of the cabinet, near the edge of the countertop. This will help to illuminate the entire work surface and prevent shadows from being cast. It is also important to consider the wiring method for the cabinet lighting. There are several different wiring methods that can be used, including hard wiring, plug-in wiring, and battery-powered wiring. Hard wiring involves connecting the lighting fixture directly to the electrical wiring in the building. This is the most permanent wiring method and is typically used for new construction or remodeling projects. Plug-in wiring involves plugging the lighting fixture into an electrical outlet. This is a more convenient wiring method for existing cabinets. Battery-powered wiring involves using batteries to power the lighting fixture. This is a good option for cabinets that are not located near an electrical outlet. When installing cabinet lighting, it's important to use the proper tools and equipment. This includes wire strippers, wire connectors, screwdrivers, and a voltage tester. It's also important to wear safety glasses and gloves to protect your eyes and hands. Before starting any electrical work, it's important to turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker. This will help to prevent electrical shock. Once the power is off, you can begin to install the cabinet lighting. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully and be sure to make all connections securely. After the installation is complete, turn the power back on at the circuit breaker and test the lighting fixture to make sure it is working properly. In conclusion, while there are no specific state laws in Vermont that prohibit cabinet lighting, it is crucial to adhere to the NEC local building codes and manufacturer's instructions. Consulting with a qualified electrician is always recommended to ensure safe and code-compliant installation. By carefully considering the factors discussed, you can ensure that your cabinet lighting is both functional and safe.